All right, let's go. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Wisdom Podcast. Today we have a very special guest. This is Zian. He's my brother from high school, the football star, the guy in high school who had the most aura. He was everyone's friend, but that was a very long time ago. And now today we want to explore basically his journey into spirituality, basically how he's made a whole 360 change in his life. And I think today is going to be a quite eye-opening conversation.
Yes, something a bit different from what you've done before. Very well-knowledge man, a lot to take away from him, a lot of lessons. So somebody who's not very knowledgeable about spirituality and you would like to get to know it, this is the man for you. Zian, welcome to the Wisdom Podcast. By the way, we're just pretending to know what we're doing. We're just
we all are really. But no, thank you both, because this is action in progress, so I love it. So
yeah, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Episode 3 is my favorite number 2. That's crazy.
Oh, what a coincidence. Oh, the stars have aligned today.
Everything was aligned.
And we started at 11:11.
Really? Oh, make a wish, man. Yeah. I hope this podcast gets successful and we get rich and we travel the world.
And we be humble.
And we're humble about it. Because we don't have a big head. Yeah.
Right. He'll teach us about being grounded.
Being grounded. Oh, yes, the perfect man.
I think you both have it, though.
But that's now.
It's just a front to
No, I don't
pretend.
think so.
That's now.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a beautiful conversation when we got a coffee, so that was a lot of the grounding that we needed, you know?
Absolutely. So, shall we get on with business?
Let's do it. Okay. So, you are that guy in high school, you know? Maybe you don't like to be called that, but everyone knows that. We went to the same high school. So, what's that exact moment that changed for you? You know, I'm sure it was very hard for you to go from being that guy in high school to now going to university where it's not high school, you're not surrounded with people. It's a different, you don't even have that kind of validation from outside.
Mm-hmm.
And how was life after that? Because I feel like a lot of people who peaked in high school, life changes after high school.
Yeah.
So how do you deal with that?
Firstly, thank you both for having me. Beautiful day, I have to say. That's a wonderful question, actually. I think, like, growing up, I was always very playful, very curious. For me, it was just about... I learned that actually a lot later, but to bring it back to that high school journey, it was never about, like, studying. I was actually, like, the worst kid in school in terms of education. I never used to take that seriously. It was all about play and fun and, creating memories that would last forever. I think a perception is what people had about being that guy.
Perception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the big one. I really didn't like think about it in that way. For me, it was just like playing sports and very much just showing up for myself, There was a part of me that had an ego and kind of lived up to that expectation of what people wanted from me. And I think, like a lot of people viewed it as this person, like whatever it was and how I would like to be with those people, with friends, with even family as well. Being that popular person, I didn't really feel like much of the fulfillment, to be honest. I didn't realize what that means, to be very honest. And it was just about exploring myself, through that.
But I'm not glazing you or anything, but you're somehow always nice. You're always everyone's friend, regardless of who they are. You always had that energy, that crazy energy.
Yeah.
But now the energy is still there, I'm sure, but it's like channeled in a more controlled way. Do you agree?
I feel so, for sure, yeah. Like for me, it was never about... one thing that I never did was discriminate from people.
Yeah.
Like whoever it was I spoke to, it was always with respect, with humility. And again, like the people who didn't speak to me just thought that I was this person, didn't know what really was going on through my mind, what existed within me, the values that I was kind of living up to. So for a lot of people, again, a perception of me existed. And if you really spoke to me, sometimes you'd understand that it was just about like having a good time, really,
Yeah.
As you said, like that energy of just like giving and not expecting to receive anything, just giving with everything. A big part of the change was, as you said, just channeling that energy that I have to something being more intentional.
Yeah.
After high school, I feel like I really hit like rock bottom.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It was very dirty for myself, a lot of chaos within me, my heart, my soul, my mind. Didn't know how to channel that energy. And I moved to Canada. I didn't know anyone there. And what really allowed myself to kind of explore that is there was something inside me that kept saying that you need to dig deeper and ask yourself what this purpose is, you know? What is this energy for? Why do you feel this way? And what is the purpose of giving really? What's the purpose of service? And a big part of that was I realized that I am a server of God, of the universe, of the people around me, my friends, my family, people I love. And I just allowed myself to really sit with myself quietly and really slowing down the mind, you know, like the mind is always running and thinking and trying to like analyze everything, but we really don't understand the context of what this life we're living, you know, like the reality we experience is about 1%, so 99% of our life goes unnoticed really. So just being able to accept that there is magic, there is a lot of there's a way that you can kind of channel that and really believe in that energy. And everything is energy, everything is a way of movement, the way you treat it, how you think about it. And at the end of the day, that manifests, you know, if you kind of think about the negative stuff or kind of perceive something the way you want to see it, that will happen exactly as it's meant to happen.
Do you
But
think,
just-
do you think you, after high school, when
Yeah.
you went to university, do you think when you hit that rock bottom, was it like very dark? Like you had to discover yourself?
Yeah, for sure. I
And
think,
by the way, like the way people say like rediscovering yourself, like it sounds bullshit to people who have not experienced it.
Yeah, because I think they are going on with the same perception he was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
The perception they have of themselves and the perception other people have of them, it just continues in one straight line.
Yeah.
So there's no change in momentum. You're just going with that. But okay, to follow up with your question, right?
Yeah.
Just adding on to it.
Yeah.
Do you think you needed that high of high school to be able to experience this?
Oh, that crash.
that's a wonderful question.
Yeah.
I really didn't in the moment of being in high school, I didn't really think about it as like a high. For me, it was just like experience, you know, like I didn't understand what that meant.
That high,
you know?
like you were just doing your thing, you're being yourself.
Exactly.
Whether people liked you or not, that was not in your concern.
Yes, exactly. For me, it was just about a big thing was just being free and experiencing that freeness and freedom within myself, you know. And as you said, a lot of people will have this perception of what they feel like they should be like.
Yeah.
And that's, I feel like, a very egoic standpoint because you have something that you believe you are. In terms of
Yeah.
what you asked me is the height peaked very high. And after every high comes like a ridiculous low.
Ridiculous
Crash,
low.
yeah.
And I think that was like the lowest of lows that I've ever been. Very dark, a lot of grief, a lot of sadness, a lot of anger, a lot of frustration within me. And at the end of the day, these are all emotions, you know, like these are all ways that you feel.
Yeah.
We've just like found a way as humans to like label emotions. And I just started slowly ripping the label off, you know, of these emotions.
Do you think you had to grieve an older version of you?
For sure, yeah. For something to be reborn, something has to die, you know? So for me to reconstruct the idea of who I think I am,
Yeah.
something definitely had to die inside me.
Some identity had to die.
Identity had to die.
Yeah.
A big ego death I experienced, not the first few years that I was there, but just through experiencing like life, I was trying to escape what it was by like going out and maybe even drinking. I was always
Yeah.
healthy, but for me it was just about the escape. You know, I didn't realize how to channel that energy to something more intentional. So you can only escape for long enough, you know? And then sometimes the game gets to you and you have a choice. Either you want to keep playing that game or you sit down with yourself, quiet your mind and open your heart really.
Yeah, the death of your past identity, I think it's so necessary for growth.
Absolutely.
Because if you keep holding on and everything else is not working out, but you're still trying to hold on, like I know like there's probably so many people around the world who have lived like you in high school, but then when real life hits, it's like,
They're not able to cope.
what else?
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to relive that validation from high school. You're trying to be that guy at the party. You're trying to be that guy in social media, trying to get that validation, but it's just not working.
You're 30 for 35 years old, you're going back to high school parties and be like, oh, I used to be that guy in high school.
Just talking about yourself.
You're talking about your peak instead of improving yourself
Your current,
and
yeah.
being the guy at that moment in time.
Yeah.
And in fact, the moment you stop thinking, I have to be the guy, you've already won.
Yeah. Just
Why do you have to
It's
be
an
the
instant
guy?
death,
Yeah, it's
yeah?
instant death.
I'm sure there's a lot of work after the death stuff.
Yeah.
But it will free you if you really feel free.
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest mental strength. Like he said, you're relying on substance or alcohol or whatever it is to escape that. But don't you think many people get into that too much and they're not able to flip that switch like, okay, my past self is my past life. It's time for me to better myself as a man or a woman without substance. How does one reach to that point? How do you mentally tell yourself it's time to move on? It's time to move on. Instead of escaping, how do you transform?
I definitely think escape can be like many ways, not only like substance. For me, it was never about the substance really. Like, I used to consume alcohol, yeah, but it was never like getting so
Blackout drunk.
fucked out of my mind where I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening, or like I'm trying to really escape. For me, it was just like a way to feel something that I thought existed, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a quick flip of like you wake up the next day and you're like, okay, I want to do this.
Yeah.
It's like a gradual process of just understanding how you can become the better version of yourself, something dying within you. And I think that death is happening every day. Like everything is being reborn every single moment that you live. The more present you are, the more you allow yourself to really see the true picture of something, you know? And with that death comes like you lose that sense of judgment, not in terms of like making decisions, but judgment of experiences, judgment of people, judgment of things. When you kind of like have this prejudice about what something's going to be like, it's always going to be that one way. And that's through what you have developed over your personality, your ego. But when that doesn't exist anymore, you're really seeing a tree for it just being a tree. There's no label on it. There's no like
Your
standpoint
perception of what
it's
a tree should be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I think you can only be open-minded when you're truly let go.
Yeah.
That's when like you can take any form.
The world is
Exactly.
not for you
So-
to label. It is
Yeah.
what it is. You are what you are. Let things be as it is.
And bro, I think there's so many people going through not just the high school stuff, but just
Life in
everything.
general,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
breakups, your identity has to die
Yeah.
because you're known because you're with that person. A job, you're changing a job or you're changing your career. Like us, for example, there's been some sort of death, right? Like you're known for cars and stuff. I'm known for photography, and this is completely different.
Completely different.
There has to be some kind of death, some kind of letting go
Yeah.
to allow for this to happen
Yeah.
as well.
I'll give you an example, something you just said. There was a point when I started the gym journey and whatnot, yeah? Growing up, you grow skinny, people are like, oh, they do the thing of the holding your hand like this.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, didn't you eat food or something? So that sort of puts you in this panic mode that I have to get huge. Once you get huge or somewhat huge, now you think you are your physique. That's not the point. You're not your physique. There's so much more to you than just your body. The moment you let go of that and kill that ego, you realize as a human, there's so much more value you can provide to people. Yeah.
Yeah.
How nice you. No one's going to remember you for your physique. No one's going to remember you for your money or your cars or your house. They remember you for how nice you were to people. Yeah. How much you helped people. I think that's the main thing. So like the way he changed. High school
Yeah.
is one thing,
Exactly.
but real life is a whole different story.
Yeah.
Exactly.
High school to low school, huh?
Literally.
A humbling experience definitely puts you into the real perspective.
I think you also spoke about like the body and the physique.
Yeah.
Through that journey, I think like what do you feel like was the most important part of the whole, like everything? Let's say you are 60 kilos skinny, you're back to like, let's say 1.5 years later, you're 78 kilos,
Yeah.
feeling very good, looking very good. What would you say is like the biggest part of that?
Okay, there's two things. When you reach that goal, you might feel as though everybody's praising you. Oh my God, body this, body that. But that's also another high, like a high school peak high.
Exactly.
You should not get blinded by that. It's just temporary. What happens when your physique goes? You're not gonna have.
lose yourself.
You're not gonna have a
Yeah.
aesthetic physique when you're 50, 60 years old. You're not. So if people only knew you for your physique, the moment that's gone, are you a nobody? There's no value in that. Leave alone physique. If you have a nice car, if you're rich at one point, so big house, big everything, people might like you in the moment for that. But the moment that's gone, if there's nothing else to you, if there's no substance to you, if there's no personality to you, then what was the point of having all that?
Yeah.
When you build yourself as a human, instead of just building wealth and mindset, be a good human. So the biggest learning journey for me in that, more than the physique, it was the discipline.
Wow.
Yeah? The discipline that, okay, you can show up every day despite rain, sunshine, happiness, sadness. Again, me and Deer have talked about this over and over again. Discipline in one place will spill over to every aspect of your life.
For sure.
Whether it's your career, your studies, your relationship. If you can't commit to one thing, you're not going to commit to anything else. That's a domino effect.
Yeah, well, from what you were saying, I just remembered, like, he was a football star. Like, you're probably the best footballer that I know personally, and I've seen personally. He tore his ACL,
Yeah.
his knee ligament, which means you said that probably no professional football, you won't aim for it anymore.
Yeah.
But bro, you've grown like this, you let go of that identity, and you're at peace with it. By the way, it just happened like 2 weeks ago. But if it happened 5 years ago, you would lose your shit, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I think 5 years ago, I would definitely beat myself up a lot, for sure.
Yeah.
Would you say that's because at that point football was tied to your identity? That's who you thought you were. That's the perception you gave yourself.
I would say so, yeah. Also, it's a form of expression, like I think we are all truly artists in whatever we do,
Okay.
And every day is like, you're literally painting something new every day.
Yeah.
So having an expression and not being able to express yourself in that way and kind of have an outlet, it makes you feel a bit, you question a lot of
Identity
stuff.
crisis.
Exactly,
Like,
you
no
question a lot
football,
of
who
stuff.
am I now?
Exactly, yeah. Right now it's more of like, sports is still a big part of who I am. I play football at a high level, but I think in the last 2 years I realized that I don't want to play at the highest level. So I came to the acceptance of that. I want to play sports for a passion, because that's what it is. And I think I fought that a lot, like through that grief also of going to university.
Okay.
For me, it was about playing football at the highest level, And I had to literally tell myself that maybe this is not what your purpose in life is, Maybe it's something else.
That's scary, dude.
It's very
If
scary,
you're
yeah.
living with a specific mindset your whole life, and then to even have the balls to accept that this maybe isn't for
Time for a
me,
change. Yeah.
that's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah. And I think the most important part, what I realize is, like, forget the outcome, but that's just the journey, Like, the journey was so beautiful. Like, starting from the youngest age, playing all sports and, like, football or whatever, and, like, reaching right now to where I am as a player. I have never felt more fit in my life, and this
Yeah.
happened.
Still, yeah.
So it's like, you question that aspect of, like, why is this happening? And then you see the signs, like, maybe slow down a bit more, feel into, like, the actual presence of what's happening, like, feel into the body, the mind, the soul. Allow yourself to just be and exist, not like doing stuff just because. Obviously you can be physically fit, and that's, I think, the goal that we all want to reach, to just be physically fit, to move and to express. But you also realize that the journey would never be sweeter than the outcome ever. Like, you can reach that highest of the highs. Michael Phelps he always wanted to swim in the Olympics. He swam in the Olympics, won his gold medals, went into depression right after that. Like,
Yeah,
you cannot really
that's
explain
another
that.
one, yeah.
You cannot really explain that, apart from as an athlete, what's going through your mind. So the outcome, I don't think it matters at all. Like, it does matter to a certain extent, but again, it's like, does it matter to you, or does it matter for what other people think about you? You know, how you're showing yourself to the world. But for yourself, the journey is the outcome.
It's such a cliche thing, yeah, to say focus on the journey and not the destination.
But there's a reason why everybody
When you
sees
really
it.
understand it, like, I get it, bro.
There's
I really
layers
get
to
it.
it. I think to bounce off what you said about Michael Phelps, yeah, we know he's a world-class swimmer and whatnot. Do you think he attached too much emotion to the medal, that final goal? That when he achieved it, now he doesn't know what to do with his life. Maybe that's when he went into depression. Do you think when you focus too much on the end goal, you work towards it in the moment you're feeling that momentum, the high, but once you achieve it, now you're like, no, what now?
Okay, before he answers, I think to achieve that level of greatness, you have to be crazy.
It's very crazy.
Like, you need to be prepared for that crash, because it's not human what he did. Yeah, out dominate something like that for that long.
Yeah.
You have to be like somehow emotionally
different tune,
detached
bro.
from everything and just that one thing.
Yeah.
And then once you've achieved that thing, you have to be aware that you are going to experience, like Ronaldo.
Oh, hats off to him, man.
I'm sure he's
All these
somehow
years.
attached to the fame and first of all trying to reach 1,000 goals, blah blah blah. He's a person who's obsessed with numbers and not in the wrong way. He proves it over and over and over. Yeah, like that's maybe his metric. But when he retires,
I think that's the true test.
there has to
of
be
his
some
mental.
ego depths in
Yeah.
him to allow himself to evolve. Yeah, he has all these businesses, everything, but he has been obsessed with football.
His identity is football.
Is football.
CR7.
Yeah.
That's his brand.
For him to be playing to hear the Sue when he celebrates, but after that, there has to be some ego depth.
So every human has to go through it, whether you're
I
Ronaldo
think so.
or whether it's Snehal or Zian or Dir. Everybody has to go through
I
it.
think so.
So I think the key takeaway from this entire topic is that in order to grow, your ego has to die at some point, right?
And I think it's multiple times.
Multiple
times,
times. I
yeah.
think so too. Yeah.
What do you think of the Phelps thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I definitely think like that. We are always like as humans we are obsessed with outcomes for sure. It's like you do A, B, C, and you're gonna get D, for example, right? But when you're so obsessed with that outcome, obviously, like when you're thinking about like world-class athletes, as you said, like you have to be so crazy. Like
Yeah.
even me, I know we are all crazy in our own ways, like ridiculously crazy. To even understand that to even say this is something, to say that
Yeah.
you're crazy is something.
Something, yeah.
And when you try like attach yourself to that outcome, you're never gonna experience any other outcome because your mind is too stuck on one point of landing, and you never know what life is giving you. So if you want some outcome, let's say a gold medal in the Olympics, you don't get the gold medal, but let's say you get a silver or a bronze, or you don't get any medal at all. But the key takeaway is not from the medal. The key takeaway is from what you learned through training, what you learned through the event itself. How did you feel? How did that make you really feel? And remembering how that made you feel.
Yeah.
If it's gratitude, if it's awe, if it's a lot of happiness, the only thing we can do as humans truly is remember those emotions of how it made us feel. And that's the only thing you can actually carry with you, spread to the world, and like live with that in the present moment.
Yeah, like to become a world class anything,
Yeah.
artist, footballer, athlete, even to become a billionaire,
Yeah.
like it requires a lot of sacrifice.
Yeah.
And by sacrifice, I mean like obsession,
Yeah.
like to forget about literally everything else, because that's the only way you can like be at that like gold level thing. And you have to be aware that after that's done, you are going to experience some kind
Very
of
big crash.
Yeah.
So it's a small price you have to pay for success.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's again, that's also a perception. If you think, oh my goodness, my life is over after I achieve my goal, I'm gonna crash.
Yeah,
I'm
if
gonna
you can
be doomed.
evolve,
Then so, but you have to predict that, okay, this crash is happening. Let me set in place the next steps so that I can reduce the impact of that crash as much
Yeah.
as I can.
like Arnold.
Schwarzenegger.
Yeah,
We know him for bodybuilding, but he's done everything.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
evolved. He's died multiple times.
Yes.
and just allowed himself to keep evolving. Like I think he writes books or something.
No idea,
That's
but
wild
I don't know.
if he does.
he's just done politics. He's done bodybuilding. He's
Acting now.
acting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's I think a good example of.
And he's
You
still
know.
very active in the gym community, even though he's not actively bodybuilding. Yeah, he can walk into a gym over here. People are gonna adore him
Yeah, he's the father
because
of
he
everything.
doesn't have the physique, but he still made that his personality. It's so set in stone that he
Yeah.
doesn't. He's introduced even before he talks.
Exactly.
He knows
like he became the mayor of LA
No idea, mate.
or New
But
York.
one of them, yeah,
That's
we're just
wild.
Yeah, he
uneducated.
was a
random
mayor
people.
for a few.
That's actually crazy.
Crazy.
An actor and all that.
So you are not
Evolution.
what you think you are. There's more to you than just that thing you're obsessed with. You think you're obsessed with football? Okay, once that dies, there's something else in you. Chase
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
Try it. At
Exactly.
least die knowing you tried. Don't just say, oh, man, I was good at football. Back in my day, I peaked in high school. Back in my day.
Back in your day.
Why back in your day? Think about the future.
Yeah.
Think about the present. Just like he said. Wow. I think we should move on to the next question, yeah?
Yeah,
He
no
has so much more. Okay. Shall we move on to masculinity?
Whoa.
Masculinity.
Masculinity. Muscles, yeah?
Fuck feeling.
Okay. Do you think masculinity today needs to evolve away from the old tough guy masculinity image You think that's what a man is? Yeah, no emotions, just muscles, grind, grind, grind.
That's a crazy question. I think, yeah, like growing up, especially like growing up in Kenya for sure, like that was always like the stigma rather, you know? Like you don't know what to really feel. You don't know if you're allowed to feel, you know? Giving yourself room to feel, the space to feel. I think I've definitely learned that you have to have a balance of masculine and feminine for sure. There's moments when your masculine is going to be a lot more depicted in a relationship or an experience than the feminine. Masculine energy is just being able to really hold that space for feminine energy, you know, to come in and actually be there, to exist. But a lot of people think that masculine energy is control. But really, you're not, like, you cannot control everything, you know, there's only some things that you can control. And again, I feel like that comes from it doesn't come from being your higher self or from within. That control comes from an external validation of something, right?
Need for something.
And when you just allow yourself to like feel the way you said, like let go, surrender, to actually be vulnerable, like you feel so much, you know?
You feel free, like a big weight is taken off your chest, man.
A huge one, yeah. And you can really allow yourself to then hold space for yourself first, which I feel like is the most important thing. You can do life alone, but you cannot do it by yourself. You have to do life alone, but you cannot do it by yourself. Like that's literally it. Like you're on your own journey. On the way of your journey, you're gonna connect with people and like you're gonna cross paths with people. And the only thing that we can do as men, real men, is to hold space along the way. And when you hold space, you allow people to feel. Someone who's probably the most masculine person is like, let's say even as a father figure, if you have that, you know, it's very masculine, especially like growing up in this community that we have grown up in, you know?
Yeah.
It's like control, taking care of the house, you know, running stuff, which is perfect, which is needs to be done, you know? But there's also need space for vulnerability, for you to feel something, to feel emotions, to allow yourself how to feel, not just like keeping it in and keeping it in and keeping it in, and then one day it like bursts and it's a reaction, you know? It's not a conscious.
Then it's super unconscious.
It's super unconscious, yeah. You're just letting go of something that didn't even. You don't need to let go of that in one go. You can do it slowly in phases.
Doesn't
and
have
just
to be all at once.
cry whenever you want to cry, you know? Like feel that pain, that guilt, that fear, that anger, but also understand how we can remove that label of emotions and really feel that. Because right now you can say that I'm feeling very angry and you just think that it's anger, but you're not understanding how it feels. But the moment you take that bandage off of the label of anger, then you're allowing yourself to surrender into it and feel what that anger feels like. And I truly think all these emotions is just at the end of the day, it's an expression of love. Like love is the bottom of everything. It's a verse through all the emotions I felt. And I think true masculine energy is just to be able to hold space and allow yourself to be free while being vulnerable.
You mentioned right now, the moment you take off the label of anger, you channel it somewhere else. How do you do that? Like, look, realistically speaking, yeah? You get super angry, tough day at work. You come home, your kid is messing you up. You feel like taking the microwave, boom! Get into his head. How do you, how do you channel? Like, that's what, see, anger, a textbook definition of anger is anger. I don't know how else to explain it. How do you not take that label off and channel it somewhere else? How can somebody consciously decide, okay, this is what's happening, but I don't want to lash out?
So I think the example you gave is perfect. You said like tough day at work. That's present moment. Like you're having a very tough day, which is you're going with it. Perfect. You get home. Now that experience of you being at work is in the past, right? You had an idea of what it was like, anger. No one knows, anyone around you doesn't know what exactly you went through.
You went through, only you know
that it was a lot of frustration, a lot of anger that you're going through. So, as I said, if you're someone that is holding stuff in, you're gonna react. You're gonna let it go on someone that doesn't deserve that.
They have no idea why you're even angry.
Exactly. So for them, it's like that was so rude or that was so mean or whatever. But they don't know what you are going through, which is fine. But the moment you allow yourself to just take a moment, literally even 30 seconds, just take like a nice deep breath, allow yourself to feel into that anger with so much presence that it ultimately leads to a state of calm and like peace. You can channel that anyhow through all emotions. And it's not easy. You have to do the work. You have to sit with yourself. You really have to like an animal. You have to sit yourself down like an animal and just
You have to give yourself therapy, man.
And the therapy is
Vent
only
yourself.
Yeah,
silence.
let yourself. It's gonna be okay, man. Would you say communication is a piece of that puzzle?
I feel so, yeah. Communication with yourself, yes, biggest thing of that puzzle. And
Yourself.
if you're able to communicate with yourself, you're able to communicate with other people. If you really know how you feel, you can express to someone how you feel. If you don't know how you feel, it comes off as a reaction. And they don't know where you're standing. So there's a gap between that relationship or that connection or whatever it is.
So it's just a fine line between you, your anger, communication, and your present self.
Exactly.
So once you can connect all these pieces of the puzzle together, you can sort of master. And not throwing microwaves at your kids.
Not reacting at all. I mean, there's definitely times that you're gonna get angry and you're gonna react to people, which is fine. Like, we are humans, you know, you're allowed to feel emotions, you're allowed to release stuff whenever you want to release, fine. But that's also, it comes from a place of love from the other person, because if you're with family and that happens, it's unconditional love. You know, they're gonna love you no matter what. So the more you consciously allow yourself to, as you said, like, you're asking how you can take off that label, right? Again, just sitting with yourself, you are feeling that anger. But the moment you sit down and you realize that the anger is not you,
It's just your...
you are experiencing the anger.
Yeah.
It's the anger is not taking over you.
It is an external thing that caused the anger.
Exactly.
Nothing to do with you.
Nothing within. Nothing can change within. Nothing can change outside of you if nothing changes within.
Yeah. You are yourself, despite if it is a good day or a bad day, it's how you take it.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Require an inherent, like,
Okay. I mentioned
Awareness.
communication to be a part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
For somebody out there who does not have a supportive environment, whatever the case, maybe not supportive family, maybe they feel like they don't have friends they can talk to. How does one communicate at that point? Maybe they've communicated with themselves, but there's no way to channel that to loved ones around them. What do you do in that scenario? Because I'm sure there are many people out there going through this.
Who feel alone.
They feel alone.
They're aware
feel
of
they're
everything.
Yeah.
they just genuinely feel alone.
Don't you think it's an endless loop of self-loathing and then self-improvement, self-loathing?
I think, like, we are never alone. Firstly, like, we are never alone. We are all in this. Like, we are all in this together, truly, and we are just all sitting around one huge fire. You know, like, sitting around the fire is like a big expression, like in the spiritual realm or whatever. And that communication, as you said, it can be through, like, you talking to yourself with your inner voice. Something is talking to you, you're talking to it back, and you're kind of having a conversation. Or you can just sit down and, like, meditate. And meditation is like quieting down the mind and just observing what thoughts come. So if you feel like you're feeling alone sometimes, you don't have anyone to express to, a big one I would say is experience new things. Like, experience what truly makes you happy. And ask yourself a question of, what can I do right now that will make me so happy? And for me, that big expression has been sports. So if I'm not able to play sports like right now, I have been feeling a bit lonely and a bit like lost in terms of I'm not able to express myself. I'm not able to channel the energy that I have into something that
Meaningful.
really ignites a fire within me.
Yeah.
But then you ask yourself also, like, what is this trying to teach you? You know, what is this trying to give you a lesson of? And back to the previous topic we spoke about, I think it's all about unlearning. Like, we talk about ego death and something dying within you at every stage of your life. But you come into this world with zero intellect, zero knowledge. Just one thing, intuition. That's the only thing that you have. So everything that you learn along the way is fueling.
You to be the character you're going to be.
Exactly.
And by
It's
the time you
fueling like an
die,
egoic standpoint. And ego is, by the way, it can be positive or negative. If it's a positive one, it's like you're allowing yourself to unlearn as you go. When you leave this world, you're not going to take shit with you. No one cares about your body. No one cares about how much
Your
fame you
wealth.
had, the wealth, the richness, nothing. People are going to show up at your funeral with flowers. Even those flowers they don't go anywhere. You know, you come here naked, they're going to leave here naked with nothing.
If you're
The
lucky,
only
some
thing-
people might cry, maximum.
Exactly. The only thing that you're gonna leave here with is consciousness. When you die, your brain releases DMT, like an insane amount of DMT, and DMT is like, it basically allows you to feel into the connectedness and the oneness of everything around us, and hence why I say we are not alone. If you allow yourself to really feel that grounded presence of who you are, you feel connected to even trees, to nature, to water, you know, to the elements of the earth. And we are just souls wearing a mask in this body suit, experiencing life. Like, that's really the purpose
Bro.
of life, just to experience.
he said experiencing life, and a flower dropped on him.
Oh, I'm telling you,
That's
man.
insane,
He just
dude.
connected with nature, like quite literally, man.
Man, that's insane.
That's insane. No, but I agree with him. You know,
Wow.
we're so worried. I saw this meme the other day. I think our podcast ties back to one thing. We were designed to eat berries in a cave.
Yeah.
What on earth is our podcast? What's that? What's a tax? What's tax? What's a deadline? What's a 3,000 word essay? Yeah, all these things are just made up apparently. But I think the moment you allow yourself to experience life, like he said, I think you'll realize how beautiful it is. There's people around you. If you're out there, don't feel alone. We're all here for you. There is somebody out there. Even if there's nobody out there, there is yourself. That itself is a good starting point, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Before relying on others, even speak to yourself. Wow,
Love yourself.
love yourself.
Now, for you know, I know most people they have some sense of awareness of what we're talking about. Very small sense, some people. But maybe majority of like those same people, majority of the thinking is that what are they talking about? You know, like doesn't make sense.
Juju.
It's juju, it's black magic.
Yeah. We're possessed.
We're possessed and we're
it's
just
the
let's start a
speaking.
podcast, bro.
Yeah, that's what the
like it's that
podcast,
type
bro.
of thing. But like for someone who has that small sense of awareness, maybe there's some small sense aside of them that wants to learn more about this and get more into this because they are feeling, you know, that angel inside of them. They're saying like, bro, listen to things like this. Like, how do you defeat that? How do you like actually embrace that? You know, how do you actually start wanting to understand things like this? Like I'm talking about from someone who does not understand anything, but there's some small part of them that wants to. I'm sure that's majority of people.
Yeah.
I think that ties in with his spirituality thing, right? So, for somebody who doesn't know, let's say the difference between religion and spirituality, how would you define spirituality? Let's start with that.
Wow, that's a nice question.
Yeah. What is spirituality for you?
I think it's just, in one word, it's oneness.
Oneness.
Yeah. We are like a speck of the universe, you know? And that's why I say we're not alone, because we are all moving parts of this
Vessel.
this huge vessel. And where you can start is a simple question: who are you? And we talked about this, saying that when you ask someone who they are, they're always going to tell you their name. They're going to tell you where they work. They're going to tell you maybe what they enjoy doing,
Their
But-
hobbies.
their hobbies, all the material stuff.
Anything but who they are as a person.
Exactly. So
Okay.
the first question is, if you could describe yourself, or if you could tell someone who you are without telling them what you do for work, what your name is, what hobbies you do, what you previously did in your life, what you're going to do in the future, in the present moment, who are you? That's basis number one, I feel. That's an
Okay, I think,
essential question.
Like for such questions, people are trying to fill in. Like I'm talking in terms of English, like to put a label on something.
Yeah.
So fine, we're not our professions, we're not our names, but there has to be some kind of label to allow our brains to understand. Yeah. And what is that? Like
See-
if I asked you, who are you?
I would say that I'm a spiritual being experiencing life in itself. And the reason I say in itself is because growing up, you're always going to feel as though you have to have a certain type of experience, you know? Like 3-year plan, 1-year plan, 5-year plan, 10-year plan. You have all these plans about who you're going to become, you know, who you're going to be. But that's just an attachment of something that doesn't really exist right now.
That end goal we were talking about earlier.
Exactly.
From now.
It ties back everything to this. So in the present moment, you ask yourself who you are. We are all spiritual beings. We are all just, in essence, we are just living beings and experiencing life in our own lens, in our own perception, in our own way of thinking. And a big way to describe it is maybe like a word, like curious, you know? Like what do you feel like really sparks something inside you that allows you to actually wake up in the morning and say that I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go for something. I'm going to take action on something.
Something just literally beyond just like material. Like I saw this thing. Maybe it's one step further, but at least one step above the material world. Is like who. When someone asks you who are you, you can say a father.
I
You know,
love that.
that gives some sort of
There's so much meaning to that word.
yeah, like it's not about you. It's about. It says you're a giver.
Yeah.
Yeah, a father doesn't even have to be just like to
A
your child.
biological dad.
Yeah,
It's a father
just
figure.
a provider.
Yeah.
Someone who provides safety. Like
Someone you can rely
your
on.
answer is a level above that, because you're detaching from even
This
giving this physical realm. But yeah, if you don't understand like maybe the spiritual side of it yet, if you're asking yourself who are you, like I would say yeah, I'm a son. Yeah, I'm a friend. I'm a giver.
I'm a server.
I'm a server.
server, yeah.
I'm someone who inspires. So that at least lives out the material, like, oh, I'm a photographer, like,
Yeah.
I'm someone who inspires. That's so much deeper.
You might as well say, I am just a Who are you? Oh, I am just a photographer. You can put yourself down with just that one sentence.
Yeah.
Why are you limiting yourself to one thing?
That's a big
Yeah.
word.
When you said I'm a father, it gives your character, it gives your mindset, it gives away everything about you. I think if more humans thought like that, we'd avoid wars even maybe.
And I think the reality is that like everyone will experience this, what we speak about, at some point in their life.
Absolutely.
And some people don't, which is wild. But
Wild.
it's actually wild. Like not even a sense of slight consciousness about what's happening. And like living life just through the lens of what you feel like it should be, you know? And I think you said, like, in terms of even this question, like it's not something that you need to answer right now. Like don't
Yeah.
ask yourself that and just try to find an answer. Like
No.
don't think about it. A big thing about it is allowing yourself to intuitively feel into it. Your gut is the only thing that can give you direction in life. So sit down, just close your eyes for a minute, and don't even answer the question right now. You don't need to answer it now. Just let the question live the experience. Ask yourself
Wow.
who you are,
Yeah.
and let that question be in the world, and then live your life. And I promise you're going to find something that you feel so connected to, so passionate about. And through that, the loneliness escapes, because when you find something that you love doing, you're going to meet people who are
Understand.
similar
Just
to
gonna
you.
attract them.
Yeah.
You attract like tribe always. And you spoke about, like, if you ask yourself who you are, you're obviously going to say, my name is Zian, for example, and that's for your mind to get clarity. But the
Yeah,
mind,
just to identify.
the mind is like, what is the mind? It's just giving you like this spur of thoughts about who you think you are again, right? So I feel like the mind can sometimes deceive you very, very, very much.
yeah.
It's very deceiving, and we always think that the mind is right, but it's honestly just like a collection of everything that we've learned until today. So the big part of this is unlearning everything, unlearning slowly by slowly, and really trusting your gut, trusting your intuition to like show you the way and lead the way. You don't need to know the third step, you just need to know the next step. Feel
Yeah.
the step that you are in right now. You can see the next step, take that step. You see the next one after that, you take it, and that's just how you're gonna get up the mountain. You're not thinking about the outcome, you're not thinking about the peak. Most of the time, you're gonna spend on the way up. You're gonna be at the peak for 2 hours, you're gonna climb the mountain 6 hours. What's more important? The climb. That's the most important thing. And when you make that climb, you enjoy the view.
You learn so much more on the climb than you enjoy that 1 or 2 seconds.
glimpse.
You'll be like, nice. Now
Go
what?
back down. Yeah, exactly. Now what?
I worked so hard to reach up here. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice view. Right, down, back. That's life. That's usually what life is.
It's just a glimpse of everything.
We're talking about you're saying you always find like-minded people, we attract them. Us three, I'm sure, where we live, we have maybe at one point felt like some sort of loneliness in terms of like there's no like-minded people around.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we're all like the same age, and now like being here, like with you two, there's no loneliness.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
this wouldn't have happened if we didn't have the same mind.
No.
Absolutely. Like science can't explain this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like yes, I've never met Zian in my life. Okay, Dira and I only met at uni. We had one conversation, and that energy, transfer of energy. He's come from Canada. I'm in a different part of the world. He's in a different part of the world. But us sitting here in this moment of time, in a random backyard, just shows that all this actually is a real thing. Energy of the world. You think this energy and manifestation, everything ties into spirituality?
100%, yeah. And you asked the difference between spirituality and religion. I feel like religion is man-made.
Okay.
Not that it's a bad thing, it's man-made. And I find it so beautiful because if we were all the same, if there was no religion, then we would all essentially be the same. But the reason that there are religions is for us to interconnect and to learn more about people's beliefs coming from thousands and thousands of years.
Saying that, it just clicked in my brain. Originally Christian, originally Hindu, or originally Muslim.
Yeah.
But does not
come together.
feel
Exactly.
we're literally the same right now.
Mind is the same, body
Yeah.
is the same, everything is the same. We were born into religion. We were told, okay, this is what
Yeah.
you are.
Exactly.
We were taught the systems.
Yeah.
What if you weren't? Then what happens?
I think that's like that's what you have to take on yourself and ask yourself those questions. Because a lot of people will live their life blindly, thinking that I've grown up in a Muslim family, like this is my identity, like I am Muslim. But if you ask yourself the question of like what is religion, like why were you born into this culture or community, and the essence of it is, as you said, like it's all an energy. The fact that you can feel into this connectedness through a religion is still part of it. And all religions talk about a spiritual aspect of it.
100%.
A higher power is the main.
higher power is
it's
the
the
main-
main anchor.
Yeah. Manifesting Jesus, Allah, any Hindu
Krishna,
gods.
everyone. Yeah.
All the gods, or you're talking about your energy, spiritual self, it's literally just a higher power. These are just labels. And I had this crazy realization last year that all that we say, even manifesting, worshipping, blah blah blah, is literally just separating yourself from your body and believing in something higher, and it can take any form. So where I think religion is, like as you said, man-made, it can feel like it takes a wrong turn when it's forced upon others.
Yep.
But if you I think it's a very beautiful thing. There's many people in this world who they're really dove deep into the religion side and like really connected with the higher self, whatever that is. And now it's just love
Yeah.
to everyone else. No forcing like you have to do this the right way, because that spoils the whole essence of religion or spirituality. So I think it's like if you do it the right way, it's a beautiful thing. So religion, I think, is just a bridge to
Yes.
connecting
you're
with the
right.
higher self.
You're right.
You can either do that with religion or without.
Can I give you my take on this?
Yeah.
Religion was not made to divide. It was made to unite.
Originally.
Humans are the ones
Yeah.
who made it to divide and conquer and manipulate people.
Yeah.
If you think about it, every religion is beautiful. Whether you're Muslim,
100%.
Christian, or Hindu,
Yeah.
it does not matter.
If you
It
look
is
at the core,
beautiful.
it's
The core value is to unite people, to,
Yeah.
like you said, to understand. But the moment you start doing it to kill people and innocent people just for some political propaganda or whatever it is, it kills the entire identity of religion. And that's when people take it in the wrong way.
Yeah.
That's when you start
stereotypes are born.
justifying your religion. Mine is the best. No,
Yeah.
mine is the best. There's nothing like that. There's
Sure.
nothing like that. Why would you compete over something that's meant to unite people?
Yeah, religion in today's world, it's really taken the wrong turn. It's lost. the
It's
actual
weaponized.
meaning. It's weaponized.
Yeah, it fully lost its meaning, you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was created initially to be different so we can unite and understand about them, you
Yes.
know? So we can learn more about different religions, different aspects of what people are saying, what a God figure looks like for different religions. But as we've grown up in this world and like we've come back now, let's say to the 21st century, like it's just become like
A reason to kill.
really, like it's become a division, truly. Like everyone feels in that religion that their God is the God.
Yeah.
And there is no right way to believe in something. There is no wrong way to believe in something. It's just it's a belief. At the end of the day, even right and wrong is a label. There's only how it feels to you, you know? And that connection with your God or that higher being is very personal, and it lies within us. God is
Yeah.
within us. It's in every being. It's in everything that's alive and in nature. So when you allow yourself to like just let go and surrender into that, you can feel that you are greater than your mind, you're greater than your body, you're greater than your environment. Because
Yeah.
it's all a vessel to something a lot
Higher
bigger than
than
all of
yourself.
us. No one can explain this. Like no one can explain.
No, it's beyond words.
No one can
Yeah.
explain anything. You cannot. People will have different perceptions on how we came to be. Some will say that we came through evolution. Some will say we came through Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve,
Some
yeah.
will say that we came through seeds planted, I don't know,
We
in the
used to be
world or
ape.
whatever. But look at look at this world. Like it's actually like it's beyond comprehension. Like we say it's beautiful and it's like there's so much to feel about it, but you cannot comprehend everything. A lot of it is just about feeling something and allowing that to really be expressed through service.
Yeah, I feel like for people who are very religious, I find a lot of beauty in those same people who are also so happy for others
Yeah.
despite of the religion. Like I'm
Absolutely.
talking about someone extremely religious, yeah. Like imagine a Buddhist monk, yeah. Okay, Buddhism is not really religion.
Yeah.
Let's say a priest, okay, some Christian priest.
Can I stop you before you continue?
Yeah.
You said Buddhism is not religion, but still the core value is that they believe in something higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It all ties into that. Sorry to cut you off, but
No
I
worries.
see your point. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was saying, let's say a Christian priest, he's so connected with the Christian side of things. But maybe he's also aware that it's a higher self.
Yes.
And he's just using the label as maybe Jesus so that it's easier for him to comprehend. But he's aware that anyone else, regardless of the label, is able to connect with the higher self. So he's not really trying to force that, oh, you should do this
Yeah.
in a certain way. He's just giving love because he's happy. Like this guy is on his way, whatever it is. I find that extreme.
I agree with you because at the end of the day, every religion teaches the same thing. Yeah, a priest is just a messenger of that religion.
Yeah.
The imam is just a messenger of that religion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Sadhu.
Sorry,
A sadhu.
a sadhu. A sadhu is the one who preaches that to your people. But if you just accept it and kill that ego, again, there's also ego death in religion.
Yeah.
The
A big
moment
one,
you stop trying to fight so much for your own religion and accept that everybody has their beliefs,
Yeah.
life becomes beautiful. The whole point or the whole reason people fight is jealousy, ego.
Yeah,
I want
selfish
what he
level.
has. I want his power. I want his. I want his. I want hers. Everything is I want others. They don't look within themselves and what they have.
Comparison.
I think again spirituality
joy.
ties in with that.
And you said love, like that's literally the essence of it, I feel. Like at the end of the day, you're going on this journey, the way you said on, like he's on his way, that's so beautiful. Like everyone's on their way.
Yeah.
That's too beautiful. Like we're all in our own paths, but I think at the end of the day, we are all just going back home. Like we are all just going back home. There's no different home for anyone. I don't think anything like that exists. I think we're all just, not even going back home, but we are all walking each other home.
There's no better way to put that.
The core values are all in essence the same. Like all the books will teach you the same thing.
Yeah, just different labels.
Labels. Yeah. We man-made labels. as well.
Man-made labels.
Man-made labels, yeah.
Again, like I said,
Just for
not
brains to
into-
understand. Yeah.
For brains to understand is a crazy one, bro. Like literally, because our brains are so analytical. You know, we're trying to comprehend everything, but
Yeah.
how much can you comprehend?
And that limits the understanding, by the way.
I agree.
It limits the freedom of magic,
Yeah.
because magic cannot come through the mind because your mind
I
is
know.
always trying to think.
Magic is unthinkable.
You cannot even like put it into words.
Exactly.
But what is that feeling? Like, let's say you were to describe with one word what that feeling is of like this, like not this specifically, but like what's the essence of life?
Life is
In a word.
ethereal, in my opinion.
Wow.
After all.
Because it's just beauty. You can choose to see the beauty or you can choose to see the evil.
Yeah.
It's what you choose. It's literally just your mind playing tricks on you. The same way it can make you depressed in your room, it can make you the happiest person alive.
Yeah.
Bliss.
Bliss.
Bliss
I
is
love that
beautiful.
word.
Yes. Bliss, ethereal. Life is vibes and inshallah.
Life is good.
Life is good.
Good.
Yeah, good. Good soup.
Very good.
Good, sir. Very good.
Oh,
It's crazy how just words like English can determine how deep you intend to communicate something.
mhm.
Like if you really think about it,
Speaking
some
of
people will
words,
say life is good.
Yeah.
Like some people say life is bliss. Huge difference.
Yeah.
I have a question. Can you gaslight yourself into thinking you have a good life?
Delulu.
Delusions. No, think about it. You lie to yourself every day. I have the best life. I have the best life. Don't you think eventually it will become
Yeah.
good?
For sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
manifesting. Yeah. Raising your vibration.
Guys,
Literally.
start right now. Start gaslighting yourself. Life is good.
Start
It's bliss. It's bliss and ethereal.
Yeah. Honestly, your mind will start believing it
Yeah.
For sure.
if you stick to it and keep beating the ego over and over and over, up to the point where it's smaller and smaller, and then you've accepted it as reality.
I mean, humans are good at gaslighting. We gaslight every day. Every single day. We're manipulating people, so why not manipulate yourself a bit?
Exactly. Literally, manipulation is it's the to others is the wrong word, but to yourself is perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Mine is a program. It's
Yeah,
just
you're
a
such a
program.
nice person.
Thank
You're
you.
an amazing person.
We're all good.
Dian,
We're all
Dian,
beautiful
He's
people.
such a handsome guy, huh?
Yeah, so
Look
nice.
at you, boy.
Ah, stop. You're making me shy. Now people are going to think we're zesty. But it's okay. Again, that's a perception, right?
Perception only.
Oh,
Perspective.
so gayness is a perception? Whoa! No, we're getting cancelled after all this beautiful talk, bro.
From that to this.
That's the whole essence of wisdom, right?
Wisdom, man.
Yeah, both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
And we're definitely in the autism spectrum as well.
Acoustic.
Acoustic. Sour.
Incredible.
So, we have talked for an hour non-stop, but I think we can slowly start landing. What do you think?
Anything.
Anything, yeah?
Anything and
So,
everything.
I would like to learn more about spirituality. Okay? Do you think, okay, I'll tie it in with your personal experience of the high school high and who you are now, because those are two different Zians. High school, childhood Zian, high school Zian, and present Zian are three different people. Now, do you think everyone can reach this stage of peace that you found, or everyone's just wired differently?
I think we're all definitely wired differently. As I said, like the mind is a program. I think it's like the program has been built from when you're born to actually even before when you come into this world, you're coming in with a lot of generational trauma, beliefs, whatever that is, you know. And as you grow old, your mind is being programmed to think of yourself as you are this person, right? So if I put this person in front of me right now, like let's say my 18-year-old self, I put them in front of me and I was to have a conversation with them, very different standpoint, you know, like very different aspect of what peace means, what happiness means, and how to really feel those emotions, for example. And everyone will have their own definition of what the peace looks like. So for everyone it's different, because if you've lived like a childhood that's been very traumatic, for you even not having 50% of that trauma is peaceful, right? So I don't think you can measure that level of peace. Comparison is the biggest thief of joy. So don't think that because someone is so peaceful and they seem so peaceful that you want to try to reach what they are living, because at the end of the day you are trying to reach your own state of peace and what it really means to you. So all these words that people throw around, like ask yourself what it means to you, you know? It's a personal thing, always. Your mind, we have like 80 to 90,000 thoughts a day.
Yeah.
Okay. 90% of the thoughts are the same thoughts that you had the previous day. Just like let that sink in. And you do that for even 6 months. You're literally wiring your brain into a certain way. So having a negative mindset is not your fault. It's something that's just been programmed within you. So if you keep telling yourself that you are beautiful, you are everything, but nothing, you are whatever you want to feel, you know, blissful, natural, authentic, true self, eventually it's going to settle into your mind that you are that. And the reason why the thing of like meditation ties in like spirituality and this realm is remembrance, like just remembering how that feels like, you know. Sometimes it's very shallow where people say like, how are you? I'm good. You're not really thinking about how you are. You're just saying, I'm good.
Just a programmed response.
It's just a programmed response, exactly. But the more you think about like how you're really feeling, you start to understand even words or wisdom within you that you cannot learn from any book. When you allow yourself to just tune in a bit more, I promise you the wisdom comes from nowhere, bro. It just comes from within you, and like it expresses itself in like the most beautiful way that it can ever exist. And just surrendering, allowing yourself to let go of control, let go of force. How, if you hold, like you cannot hold water, you know? You cannot hold sand. Like the more you hold something, you're just creating a lot of pressure. But the moment you let go, you just see how the sand falls from your hand. Like that's bliss, like that's surrendering. And you're allowing yourself to like let go to the flow of life. Nothing can be explained as much as what you feel. Your mind can only go so far, right? Your mind can only pick up what you learn from books or what you learn from studies or
Your parents
education.
taught you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the most important things I feel like are your values and truly what you feel inside. And when you trust yourself and you let go, the flow of life will just take you wherever it needs to take you. And you let go of that control. Here we are.
Stop being stuck up on this perception you have of yourself, right?
Simplicity.
I am this, I am that. Nah. Just go with the flow. The energy you put out will give you the things that you hope for.
And we are nothing. I don't think, like, I feel like we are nothing.
No, we aren't. Yeah, absolutely.
We are nothing.
Everything and nothing.
We are everything but nothing, exactly. And like, that's literally life, living contradiction. Polarity is at its finest.
The best you can do is try and give it your all. If it doesn't work out, it's okay. On to the next. But as long as you know you've given it your all, without comparing yourself to others, that's what you said. Tell yourself that you're good, tell yourself for this, but never tell yourself that you're better than another person.
Exactly. Humility.
Yeah, because too much positivity can be harmful. Like,
Be like, I'm good, I'm trying. I am at a better space than I was yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm one step closer to my goal.
Yeah.
yeah.
But there is no set goal.
Exactly.
Your goal is to be a good person.
I want to talk more about spirituality, but before that, do you think people misunderstand you right now?
Yeah, for sure. I think everyone meets you where they've met themselves. I think we spoke about this, like the depth of like where you are in your life is exactly where you'll meet someone else.
How deep you have met yourself is how deep you meet someone else.
Exactly. Like you can go to the highest point in the Himalayas and meet like the most sane and most peaceful monk. But you're not going to be able to really connect to them at the level that they've met themselves because of where you've met yourself. If you're still at a shallow level of like thinking and just experience, they're not going to be able to understand the depth that they have been. Because even if they tell you, like for a lot of people, this podcast won't even make sense.
It won't.
You know,
Yeah,
it won't make sense. But if
Yeah.
it does make sense to you, then you know that you are connecting at yourself at a level where we've met ourselves, you know, at that same level. So
That makes so much.
just going deeper and going deeper. Like that's, like I think that's the essence.
Do you think, for someone who meets themselves very deeply,
Yeah.
they are able to accommodate people who haven't met as deeply? Not necessarily connect with them on
Yeah.
the same level,
Yeah.
but accommodate. What I mean is, for example, I've been through grief multiple times
Yeah.
in my life. That obviously created so much more depth in my life. Now, for someone who is going through grief for the first time, maybe my understanding and just the way I connect with myself because of grief is way deeper. But I can like connect with them and accommodate them so much better than someone who hasn't. So that depth really allows you to hold so much more. You get what I'm saying?
So do you mean in the sense that somebody who's been through a lot, can they relate to someone who hasn't been through a lot and vice versa?
Not vice versa.
Okay, so it can only be from
Depth to not
depth, like high
Exactly,
depth,
depth.
low depth.
Yeah.
That's
Because that what allows the space.
you to accommodate.
Yeah.
You
need to
can't
have
accommodate
space.
someone who's been through more than you. You can. Sorry, you
You
can.
can't.
You can't.
I'm saying only if you have a lot of depth. That means you have space.
To accommodate people who haven't been through that
yeah.
much.
But if someone's been way through,
Hasn't been through
More.
much, they can't accommodate someone who's been through too much.
exactly, because you don't have the space yourself. You can try as much as you can, but that whatever they're going through is so much deeper.
And do you mean that in a consolidation type of way? Like, let's say somebody who's been through a lot of trauma, but you are still at peace. Can't you still give them some sort of comfort? Isn't that still considered accommodation?
Yeah, in some sense, I would say. But I'm not trying to use like what you've been through as a metric to how deep
Okay.
you can be.
That's
Helps.
that's separate.
That helps for sure a lot. I know for me it's helped a lot. Like if I didn't go through all the shit I've been through, I don't think I'd have this much depth.
Yeah.
But it's not the only metric.
It's not the only metric, yeah.
Yeah. Like you haven't been through the same grief I have,
Exactly.
but at the same time we're still connecting. Yeah, we're still accommodating each other, same as you. So it's not the only metric, but I'm saying
It plays a
there's
big
some
role.
truth in that.
Yeah.
That what you've been through, you can really, empathy comes from that. Yeah, like there's a difference between sympathy and empathy. You can be the most sympathetic person but have no depth at
empathy.
all.
Yeah.
But empathy has to come from them. Like you know what it feels like. That's why you're feeling for the other person.
Okay. It's not just you consoling them, you feel what they're feeling.
You really feel it. Like you share the pain. That's
You're not listening. You're not just listening to them, you're hearing them. Yeah,
Exactly.
you're taking in what they're saying.
exactly. You're taking it in. Yeah, there's a difference between sympathy and empathy.
A big one, yeah. Like putting yourself in someone's shoes.
Or having already been in their shoes.
Yeah, true. But not trying to give them your experience.
Yeah, don't make it about
Yeah.
yourself.
Exactly. Because if you tell someone about your experience, you can share with them, which is fine. But if you tell them how to go about it,
You should
they're
do
not going to
this.
have their own experience. They're going to
Yeah.
have experience you had or similar.
Exactly.
But if you just tell them what you went through, and I think it comes back to the masculine and feminine energy. Like just being able to hold space and allow them to be vulnerable, for them to really
Yeah.
express how it feels. The way you said the grief we experience is different. Same emotion, right?
Yeah.
Just different context completely.
Context
Because it's
is
your own journey, your own life,
Yeah.
your own experience. But the moment you're able to just hold space because you felt what grief feels like, you know what it's. If you are lonely when you had that grief and you didn't have anyone to be around you, you've been through the hardest thing
Yeah.
alone. But the fact that you can now know how it feels like, be empathetic, and just hold space for someone to be vulnerable and share, that's everything. Because as they are sharing, they are realizing more about what the grief feels like.
Yeah.
And behind that grief, what lies.
Exactly. That's exactly what I mean. It's
And I think you can accommodate a lot more people. I feel like in terms of even the spiritual realm or even religion, I feel like there can be an ego tied to that because people feel like they've reached a certain stage of like spiritual enlightenment or religious duties where they feel like they are greater than people because they have not reached that level yet.
Yeah.
But I think the essence of all that religion,
accommodate.
spirituality is to really accommodate and just to be, to have that
Understanding.
humility,
Yeah, have that humility.
to accept, to understand, and to meet someone where they are at.
yeah.
You can't meet someone where you're at. If you
Yeah,
want to
yeah,
hold
yeah,
space, you have to meet them exactly where they are at. And for that to happen, they have to meet themselves where they are at. And you too. And then you come together and you create a space like this that's so open, that's so loving, that's so connecting. And it's just like, what is the word? Awe, gratitude, I don't know.
Life is so much more beautiful when you collaborate. Put aside competition, collaborate, whether it's at work or
Podcast.
love, podcast. Yeah, I think that's the main thing. Speaking of accommodation, I want to ask this one thing, right? Let's just say somebody has come to you with a very deep problem.
Yeah.
They are going through it. You're listening. Do you think as humans we're too quick to give solutions instead of actually listening?
Yeah. Most of the
I
world.
think so too, yeah.
Yeah. Even speaking from personal experience, I feel like I'm obliged to give them a solution when in reality they just need some ears to listen to them. How can we stop making it about yourself? Because that's exactly what it is. When somebody tells you their problem, you give them a solution, you feel satisfied. Oh my God, I helped them. Yeah, I'm the best person ever. But I feel like that's not the way to go.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys think about that.
If you're genuinely trying to help someone, then don't help them, but help them help themselves.
Yeah. Don't micromanage them. Yeah. Bro, cooking.
That's a dart.
It's a strike.
I think we listen to respond, you know?
Yeah,
Like as
yeah.
humans, we are not listening to listen. We are listening, but as we are listening, we are like,
Already cooking
I went
the
through
response.
this, and you're trying to think about something to respond with, but in that moment of you trying to respond, you've missed out on what they're saying.
Yes.
You've fully missed out on the concept of
Right.
what they're talking about. The context is not even there anymore now. And now you're just giving them your experience. I went through this.
Yes,
I did
so
this.
I did this, so you should do
this.
that.
Exactly. But I think presence, it's so simple. Like it's actually so simple.
Yeah.
And the way to find this presence is honestly, even right now, just like close your eyes and just take a nice breath. 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. You feel what presence really is. And it's simple. Like it's really simple. But it's become so hard because our mind is always running. It's like a non-stop program always running continuously, trying to analyze what is this. But just one 10-second gap of quietness, of stillness, you allow yourself to come back to the present moment. You listen to truly listen. And I promise you, I think 9 out of 10 times what you said is correct. Like, you don't need to help anyone. You're helping them by
Just being there.
just
listening.
being there and listening. And they will find something within them to help themselves.
Yeah, like a lot of times they don't know it, but just why do they feel like talking to someone without them responding is better? Because they're using you as a journal.
Yes.
They're just taking everything out, and then they're not even saying anything. Yeah, they could be talking to a statue and everything's out, and now you can structure it. And now it's
Exactly.
clear.
Exactly.
Instead of you helping them structure their own thoughts, they
Just
have,
be a book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you said,
I love
let
that
them
be a
help
book,
themselves. That's you couldn't have put it any better. That was I need that tattooed on myself, bro.
It's a journal.
It's a journey, man. That's insane. But yeah, I think it's a learning curve for everybody. We're not perfect. We learn.
Yeah.
We try to teach. We try to accept new things. And that's it. That's it. We accommodate new thoughts. We accommodate people, and life can be beautiful. Life is already beautiful.
Yeah, we're just a living
Yeah.
Airbnb.
Too beautiful. Living Airbnb.
Do you know what a blessed bro? We're seated here right now talking about all these things. It's such an underrated luxury to share deep thoughts with people.
You're right.
Yeah,
I wish everybody gets to experience this.
Yes.
but this is one of the highs of life. Like the good highs.
This is a high I don't wanna come crashing down.
I don't think there's a crashing down from this there. This one is like a
Elevated.
It's like a it's like a
It's bliss. It's ethereal.
exponential.
Right.
Exponential. Hey, vocabulary is coming out proper, huh?
Is
The wisdom is within, I'm telling you.
Wisdom is wisdoming today.
is dumb.
Like there's so many words I didn't even know existed and they've just come out from me and I'm like, then I'm searching what they mean. And
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck? Like, where did this come from?
From your higher self.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm just listening to those.
Wake up, babe. New word just dropped. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, I think when someone's trying in the vulnerable position, as much as you love them and you want to fix every problem for them, like just think about if you fix everything for them, what's that going to do for their self-confidence?
Yeah.
Instead, if you
Give them the confidence to fix themselves.
I love that.
like make
yeah.
them believe that it's them who did it.
Yeah. Not just make them believe.
Like actually do it. Yeah.
Make the environment. Yeah. Direct it in a way that they have done it. And you know, I feel when it's time to congratulate people, congratulate them. When it's time to say people I love you, say it. Life is too short. Don't assume that they're okay with the
Or they know.
or they know. No,
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah, that's true.
Say it.
Share it.
Yes, share it.
That's true.
And we care, like, I think we care too much about what people would think, you know? It's like you don't express yourself too much because what will they feel or what will they think? But if you're truly being authentic and you share that, whether they appreciate it or not, you've shared it. Like you've
done
let
your part.
something, You've
Yeah.
let something of yourself go. And if they reciprocate, energy maintains. If they don't reciprocate, you feel a bit lower or whatever. But again, like someone can come and insult you, and if you don't absorb it, they're not insulted you.
Yeah, like
But if you
just
observe it,
yapping. Yeah, just
if you
yapping
observe
about-
someone like cussing you, just observing, just listening and just observing, they're not insulting you.
Yeah.
They're insulting themselves.
Yeah, you're already in a
They've
elevated
said something.
sense.
Okay, now what? Okay, good for you. It's just words coming out of their mouth.
And if you take it in, if you absorb it, then you're actually being like a witness to what they're telling you. And you're taking it in, you're allowing your own energy to be like harmed or like come into, you know? But just observing and not absorbing.
Wow. Yes. Observing and not observing. Observing and not absorbing. Whoa.
Yeah, like just even us yapping, about all this. Majority of people will judge us.
Yeah.
What deep shit are they talking? Life is not that deep. Like,
No, we can overthink this entire thing, and we wouldn't even record this because we've already set ourselves up for failure even before we started.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why? Try it. Now we can confidently say, okay, we wanted to do a podcast, we did it.
Purpose in action.
On the other hand, somebody who's like, man, I wanted to do it, but my circumstances or what external thoughts would happen, like, it stopped me. No, it's not that deep.
And you're keeping that within you. Like that's staying within you now. You're not expressing it. It's
it will come out the wrong way now.
Exactly. Now that outlet that you think, oh, it's meant to come out now, it's not meant to come out then. It's meant to come out through expression. True expression.
People,
authentic expression.
You can't assume what somebody likes and what somebody is and what somebody isn't. You have to put yourself out there. That's life.
Are you an overthinker?
I would say like I kind of used to be in my head. A lot of it was like validation from people and family and friends. But again, like I think when I started, like when I just allowed myself to sit down and just like come to peace. Honestly, I feel like I have ADHD. So for me, like my mind is like running a lot. I'm very like, I want to be active. And I felt like I've always been that way. I need to be doing something all the time. So for me, the first time I ever meditated, I was like, it was chaos. But that's what meditation is. It's chaos. It's literally chaos.
Just watching the chaos.
And as you go, exactly, you just allow yourself to watch the chaos, and slowly the chaos reduces and reduces and reduces, and then you'll find you're sitting yourself one day, and it's just quiet, like just stillness.
People have an image about meditation, and that image itself, without trying, is what stops them from trying it. People think meditation is just nothing. Like you've reached an elevated sense of everything and you're not thinking. But yeah, basically people think meditation is just you're not thinking.
Yeah.
It's the complete opposite of that. It's just separating yourself
From the thoughts.
and just watching. It's so simple, not easy, but so simple. I think you relate.
Can I be honest? I tried meditating once. I thought I felt like jumping off the building. But I think it's a gradual, slow process that you have to accept and take in. And I would love to learn. Yeah, maybe off camera, he can give us some tips and tricks, or even not, whatever. Do you do it regularly? Do you meditate regularly?
I haven't actually for the past like 6-7 months. But I also realized that like life is a walking meditation. So when you allow yourself to be present, that's meditation. When you're playing sports and you're truly there and you're truly present, that's meditating. Right now we are just all present and listening to each other. We are meditating.
You think this is some sort of meditation?
Yeah, it is. Your eyes are open, but you can't be meditating. And I think that's the essence of the practice, is to remember what something feels like. So you can eventually open your eyes and feel into that peace and that stillness that comes with it. And again, as you said, just observing. Your mind is always going to speak to you. There's always going to be people saying stuff, but you can either observe or allow it to really distract you.
Observe or observe. So
I agree with what you said. This is meditation because at this present moment, I am here.
Yes.
not thinking about anything
I'm
else.
not thinking about deadlines or assignments
Nothing,
or
yeah.
work or anything. I'm not even thinking about how this is going to be edited. No.
Exactly.
Just speaking what's in the present, speaking our thoughts. And I think that's just meditation, but you're just doing it by yourself now. Okay.
And it's both ways. Like it's a personal journey and it's also a connection journey. The personal journey is like you understanding the grief, the emotions of everything, and like how that feels like. That's personal. You can close your eyes and meditate. But the connection aspect of it is now when you come out to life, what are you giving people through that meditation? What are you giving people through that practice that you've learned? I feel like if you keep whatever you've learned through your practices to yourself only, that's selfish.
That's selfish. Oh, I agree.
But you have to be selfless and be able to give without any expectation of what people will think, what you're going to get back. And if you truly give with a full heart, you're going to receive in abundance. And that abundance is just like a cycle. And I promise you, it never ends. There's a shift from like lack of like, I don't have this. I wish I could be that. Why does this person have this? I don't have this. Not being happy for people, not congratulating people when they succeed. That's lack. Like that's coming from a mindset of lack. But a small shift from lack to abundance of I am rich. What does rich mean? Like when you say rich, people think money, cars,
Money only.
house, fame. But rich is like a luxury that we have right now to just be free, like in nature. Sun out, recording something that we've wanted to do.
Passionate about. This is wealth.
This is
This is
real
Oh
wealth.
yeah,
This is
100%.
true wealth.
100%.
And that's why I said I wish everybody gets to experience this.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would be
Well,
equally as happy
In their own way.
if we wasn't recording.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we hit
Genuinely.
record, we were just having coffee.
That was a
Yeah,
beautiful.
That was
already
a
had
beautiful
a-
conversation.
Yeah.
What are we? There's no waiting a croissant and drinking coffee. What
Vibes.
what you need more to life? No substance, nothing involved.
Yeah.
Just speaking.
Just high on life.
High on life. Oh, high on life. Wow.
I have a difficult question. You said give, right? Maybe it's essence of life, everything. But now, because of social media, people say give, but now other people say love yourself first.
Yeah.
And it can be so confusing because if you put it on the same spectrum, it will be on the complete opposite ends. What the hell do you do?
I think
It's so confusing.
before you give, you have to learn how to love yourself. You can't love others if you don't love yourself. You'll notice people who are always hating on other people are not content with themselves. And they're just projecting those onto other people. So, love yourself first, then worry about fixing the world.
You said people who hate on others are not content with themselves. But don't you also think there's also people who are not content with themselves because of that they overlove others?
Yes, I agree. Absolutely.
Love bombing, you know?
Love bombing.
Yeah.
I agree.
And you feel a bit empty
Yeah.
when you do that. Because you're not coming from a place of love, it's coming from a place of what it would feel like to get that love.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You're giving what you wish you hoped you'd get.
Exactly.
Right.
And it's not coming from a place of love, it's coming from a place of that anger or hatred or frustration.
The emptiness that you mentioned.
And if your cup is empty, you cannot pour shit to anyone, you know? But if your cup is full and it's overflowing, it's like you can keep 100 cups there and they're just going to keep filling. So it's like, I think it's phases of life where you go through different transitions of like, to this, I'm filling my cup, I'm filling my cup, I'm filling my cup. When your cup is full, give as much as you can. But don't give with expectation to receive anything back. Because when your cup is full, you cannot receive anymore.
Yeah.
When your cup is full, you can give. If your cup is empty, then you expect to receive. But expectation again is like bounds to other people. But you can always rely on yourself to
limited
continue
also.
filling your cup and allowing yourself to channel that energy in. But if your cup is empty, you're going to go with not love. You're not going to enter something with love. And that ultimately, like, it tampers the experience. Because you're going with a perception of how it should look like, not with the actual essence of love.
The cup analogy is so good.
It is.
Because at a point, if it overflows, it will drip without even you realizing.
Exactly.
So you're so full of love in yourself that you give without even trying. You don't have to consciously tell yourself, man, I haven't been a nice person today, let me be a nice person. No. You're just naturally a nice person.
Naturally.
a giver, naturally a
Unexplainable.
provider. Naturally, people can rely on you. So I think, yeah, filling your cup, okay.
And when we say give, it's not like you're not giving yourself to someone, you know what I mean? Like that actually is taxing. Like that's emotionally taxing, physically taxing. But giving is just in a smaller sense, just like asking someone how their day was, you know? Just treating people with kindness and just utmost respect. How do you want to be treated? If you're not treating people how you want to be treated, you're doing yourself the biggest injustice. So the giving doesn't only have to be something like physical or material. It can just be like love, asking someone how their day was, kindness, plenty, even anger. I love you.
Somebody very angry outside. You know, the mic is picking that up.
Yeah.
But
But when you approach with love, I promise you, like all that anger, the lust, the frustration, it just slowly dissipates. It starts to be just released in forms of love.
I agree with you. So love is there in abundance. We just have to fine tune our radio station to align with that.
Change your internal self.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
And there's no like value, like there's no like I can only give this much love. It's like abundance means infinity. Like it's ever existing, it's everlasting, it's always there.
Yeah.
So it's like there's no like a set amount of like how much you can give. But when you look at a material standpoint, let's say in terms of money, there's an amount to it, there's X amount.
There's a limit.
But with a love or an expression, there's no limit. It's truly like,
Infinite.
it's boundless.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Everlasting.
There's some things you should
Love
be
is the way.
stingy. No. There's some things you should be stingy with, but love shouldn't be one of them.
Yeah.
What should you be stingy with?
Whoa. I don't know if like stingy is like the
The right word?
maybe selfish.
Selfish.
Reserved.
Reserved.
Reserved with, yeah. I feel like your energy.
I was
It can be-
expecting you to say that.
Yeah, like your energy for sure. Because the moment you give, like you have to understand the right time to tell someone something, the right time to express something, the right time to have an experience. And you cannot force that, you know? Like that's all natural. You can want something today, you're not gonna get it until it's truly meant for you. Like you're gonna put the stupid amount of work to get to something. But if it's not meant for you right now, you're not gonna get it right now. You only receive it when you're ready to receive it. And we feel like, why are we not getting this? You know, why didn't I get that promotion? Or why didn't I get that job? But you're always beating yourself up because you feel like you're not enough. But in reality, there's a much grander plan that we don't even know about. So like
Patience and timing.
patience and be selfish with your energy. Like that may sound a bit like crazy, but you have to do that. Because the moment you give someone something of yourself and they don't reciprocate that or they don't take it in a way that there's a nice exchange of energy or an equal exchange of energy, you're giving yourself away. You're giving a part of yourself away. And that's truly like you're not doing yourself justice. It's not easy, but I think
No.
it comes with a bit of a realization and a bit of an understanding about what you truly want to give.
That's when your own cup starts emptying.
Yeah. Ironic thing about reserving your energy is that you're able to give more after
Exactly.
than ever.
Exactly. Yeah.
Class.
Alas.
So I think we've yapped enough. You're probably like, what are these idiots yapping? Like, these guys have gone on a different tangent. But we hope you've absorbed something from this.
Yeah, I
We
hope the 4 people have absorbed something.
Yeah, we're probably going to be the only ones who are going to watch this back. But regardless,
I hope you've observed. No, observed?
I hope you.
This is observed.
You can absorb some.
This
but
absorb.
Yeah.
Whatever you don't feel like is for your journey, observe. Whatever you feel like you want to take away from this, observe. I'm just going to share one quick one. In terms of meditation, I would say the biggest thing is your breath. Like your breath is it's the closest thing to you. It's what keeps you alive, but you don't value it. The moment you are in water and your head is being held down in water, the first thing you're thinking about is
Breath.
your breath. How can I catch this breath? So the essence of it truly is just your breath. Slow inhale through the nose, exhale through your mouth. There's different breath works all over YouTube and all over the internet, different meditations, guided, whatever. But through your breath, you can really elevate yourself and you can be much greater than your mind, which is the program, your body, which is just the mask, and the environment, which is obviously just external. And within you, when you find that breath, you can elevate yourself to heights that you never thought could exist. And you can heal yourself. Like your body is the biggest pharmaceutical, I promise you. You can heal yourself in unimaginable ways. So connect with your breath and connect with your inner warrior. And it's all just play. It's a game, you know. It's all fun and games.
gaslight yourself into a healthy lifestyle.
Yeah. And don't take it too seriously. Like really, like this conversation may have sounded serious, but like
not that deep.
it's just play. Like literally, it's not that deep, but it's fucking deep.
It's nothing and everything.
Life is just this.
Living contradictions.
Living contradictions.
Be wise, be dumb. Be wisdom.
Be dumb, and don't confine yourself to one thing. You are not what you think you are. You are more than that. You are loved. You're special. And if you ever feel like talking, all 3 of us, I think we'll plug our Instagrams or whatever.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out. We can't guarantee help, but we'll definitely listen.
I love that.
100%.
So that's been Zian, Dir, and I. Again, pretending to know what we're doing. We're gonna sign off and hopefully see you for the next one.
Wisdom.
Hello, bro. We need to watch that back a bit. We see if all is good.
Yeah.
Zian, how was that?
Vibes, bro. Wow.